will go where wonder lies. A specialist crew, a beacon of light, will work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Renick the brain with numbers and might, forearms for eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse, unveiling the secrets in cosmic dance. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an age-old mystery, and Lockstitch holds the key.
Hi, hello everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of our season 4. It's a little, just still like caught up in yesterday's game in my head. So today it is after yesterday's game, but not long. It's just basically right after it. So I don't know if the crew from yesterday's game has integrated. You guys know that they are in Mixel. You guys know what the point of the arc is. You guys know that each city has its own song, and we are trying to... each city has a part of that song, and we are trying to put it all together. That is, the mission that we are aware of. This is Krieg's first time pulling up into Haven with his just, storefront ideas for apparently setting up a souvenir store in reverse, I think is what was just discussed, where Krieg will start selling things from all around the world, but in Haven. So yes, that's gonna be fun. And Kat's got her motorcycle store going, and it's just we know that the city's a little bit corrupt because of Kat and Hazel's detective work seems strong, but it is a full on good mic. We couldn't figure out what the name of the store is, but yes. And yeah, let's just get right into it. We are in Haven though. Alright, so we obviously got Officer Krieg, Krieg is just for everybody's like, he is in a weird space. He is both. We didn't want crew members to be the mayor and and part of the crew at the same time. But once we busted it down to council members, one of the council members, needs to be on the crew. And that one right now is just still Krieg.
Yo, that's me.
So he got his jobs back. He got his job back. And we have Cat, played by Stone. Oh, sorry. Krieg is played by Toast. I don't think I introduced him, actually. I think I just said Krieg.
Hello again.
We got Cat, played by Stone Ghost.
Hello.
We got a one-armed Osiria, played by Shiny.
Hello.
And we got Zacna, played by Ray.
Yo.
Right. One second. Right. So, where am I? Where are you? We are down here in Haven. The shipment was much slower. We had to take the submarine again because we couldn't take the shipment. Has to be done Krieg, and you'll know this, and it's just like it's really a lot of paperwork that these pirates and the crew has begun like studying them, and they are pretty aware that there are pirates in the waters down here, like in this coast near Haven. There is definitely a submarine style pirate that has been sinking ships, and there have been multiple attacks from an ever-growing presence of pirates in this area now that the storm's gone, and like there's nobody really policing these seas right now. Like there are dozens of private pirate groups, little gangs, and they won't go near the sub. The sub is too much of a threat for them. But when we tried to bring the boat down, we learned about a large amount of threats here. So, Kat, you got a couple of your models of motorcycles off the boat. Can you tell me what makes each one of these special? What about these models?
Let's see. I'm assuming they're run by just regular internal combustion engines, no magic or anything.
Well, that's completely up to you. Do you want them to be magic powered? Or is one of these magic powered?
Actually, one of them might be. That green one looks like it might be magic powered.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The orange one is kind of like it's a scooter. It's a little slower. The brown one on the right, that one is a cruiser, so it's more comfortable. It's better on the highway. And the bottom left is a custom model. For
The high class one.
oh yeah, the people who want to spend a little more money on it, they can customize it. They can add saddlebags. They can put a better seat on it. They can It's got the nice swooping fenders. Yeah, the luxury model.
I like it.
I love the luxury model. All right. So yeah, like these are the four coming down. These are like your show models. Like you're gonna get more in, but like your shop is clearly built around you. It looks a little too modern for my taste personally. I just couldn't get it to not look so goddamn like inside of a mall looking and still like have space for it. But yeah, you're set up in Haven. Like, they've got a pretty nice location for you. Like, this is where... Like, this is like the start of, like, you obviously have a factory that has begun building them. Which kills me all over again. It's like, Osiria, how was, did you help them unload, or are you arming, like, what's left of arm in a sling style right now? How are you dealing with just the one arm right now?
I mean, I imagine when she's out on a mission like this, she kind of just has, like, almost like a half cloak sort of thing to just cover it up, so... Because I don't think she's going into any combat missions anytime soon, so she doesn't have to worry about exactly damaging it any further.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I love it. Just so, like, what's your half cape look like?
I kind of imagine it's just like... It's nothing too, like, eye-catching. It's just like a... Maybe like a dull gray, just kind of draped over that arm sort of vibe.
I can see that.
For
You
sure.
put flowers on it.
Maybe. Probably.
Alright, Zacna, when we came down this time, like, you've received word from some of the Wayweavers, as they are, like, scouting out for pirates, that there are multiple, like, active groups in the waters, and for you to keep an eye out for specifically looking into just that, like, pirate groups on land. If you see any of them, like, don't immediately attack, but make mark of any Jolly Rogers or tattoos on people that you've seen. And as you were unloading from the port, did you see anything? You can make a roll to find out if you saw something, or you can just tell me that you saw something. Either one.
I'd say he did see something.
Yeah, did you catch a glimpse of a Jolly Roger, or like some people that you suspect to be pirates?
Well, let's see what the D2 has to say.
It says
Didn't-
1.
Didn't see anything, any identifying marks.
All right. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You didn't see any identifying marks. You did see a group of people watching as you were unloading. Mostly the one that was caught your eye was, yeah, it's way too big for him, but he is a crab man, but also very much a dashing pirate. He
Is he
watches
short?
you guys. I would say he's short, but like if he squatted down, like if he spread all of his legs out, he would be very wide. He would have quite a radius. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. I better keep my eye on that one.
Absolutely. One quick second.
Did we all come here at the same time, or were we coming from different directions?
I think Osiria was at Lockstitch, and Kat had to have gone back to get the show models. And Zacna, were you here to like guard as the sub arrived, or were you on the sub guarding?
I believe I would have been guarding meant doing patrols outside of the sub.
Absolutely. So you were doing a patrol and then showed up here. Very good. And it's just like, Krieg, what did you bring to sell?
Well, seeing as my most recent trip was across the salt sands, I probably would have tried to bring back some of the salt that we found there, because it was either rather sturdy or, I guess, kind of useful as flavoring, but you can also use it to beat someone over the head with, because it's pretty strong. So it's got multiple uses. And I would
Okay.
have brought some of that yuck fish, but B ate all of it, so there's nothing there.
B did in fact eat the entire yuck fish. It's like, have you ever accidentally eaten everything? So yeah, like, you're getting set up here. Let me get her token.
I probably ask Zacna to help, because he can reach the top shelf, whereas I can't.
Mm.
So if he's not busy, I'd probably ask him to help out.
Absolutely. And I like, personally, in my head, only because it happened to me a lot when I had like my arm in a sling, I like the idea of Krieg constantly like tossing things at Osiria.
I can see that happening. It's like, here, catch. Oh, wait.
Like, hold
Never mind.
this.
And there'd be times where Krieg would do so and Zacna would catch it instead.
Absolutely. Just like,
I can see that
it's a
100%.
big sigh. Kat, you are getting a message, like a communicator on like the spy group has their own channel with the communicators. Like anybody that is like works directly under Arcana has a different like channel they can go on.
Okay.
Hey, Kat, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad.
Cool. So we come across some information that we've gotten through some Wayweaver scouting.
All right,
There's
information is good.
Yeah, for sure. Should be definitely on the lookout for the very large fox pirate trying to wreak some havoc in the area. Definitely like harassing other smaller crews, smaller collectives to fly under his banner. And if they decide not to, he sinks them like immediately. So just a bad dude. He flies under a flag, got hammer and tongs over an anvil, and he's known as the Hammer.
All right. Thank you for the information.
Yeah, anytime. Report back with anything you got. If you see anything similar, hear anything, you know what to do.
Will do. Thank you.
Awesome. Cool, thanks.
All right, I just got some news.
Oh?
Oh yeah, I was just got a communication where you need to be on the lookout for a large fox pirate who's been harassing people in the area. He flies under a flag with the hammer and tongs under an anvil, and they call him the Hammer. Says he's been harassing people and sinking ships.
That's no way to get repeat customers.
It is not.
It's also a way to annoy a few people.
Do it enough times. Yeah.
Chips are
Also,
expensive.
who's the fish business person? Are they here? Do we need to talk quieter so they can't hear us?
Oh, that's Miss Waveheart. Like she knows how to keep her distance if you want to have like a private conversation.
Okay. I don't know. Spies and stuff usually like private conversations. I don't know.
Yeah.
That didn't seem quite so private, just more general, very handy information.
Andy. Sorry, Osiria.
Might
Okay.
be useful for some of the more influential people in the area to know, say
Yep.
her. Just in case. If she cares.
Makes sense. Let me finish these last wagon wheels over here, and then we can go.
So, coming up, Miss Waveheart just like walks behind and comes up behind you, like, excellent. See that you've gotten your shop set up.
Yeah, thanks for the place. I was able to get some good location and got some interesting bits and bobs to sell.
She's like, absolutely not that you gave me, and not that I was given too much of a choice in the matter, but I'm happy to help. And just like, and is your shop to your specifications, Cat?
Oh, looks about perfect. Nice big showroom, good windows, so I can show off the shiny metal.
She's like, we are ever looking forward to what your transportation devices will bring to the city. And we look forward to joining the new era of not what Osiria, what is like the horse and buggy scenario here, do we think? Is it big sea lice rolling on balls attached to carts?
I mean, absolutely. Like,
I was like, I didn't mean to give you an answer well out, like, because I was just like suddenly that occurred to me at that time.
no, like that is better than anything I could have come up with. So yeah.
I was like, yes,
Because it's
yes.
dangerous doesn't mean it's not a good idea.
We do hope to move past these creatures, as cute as they are, and as lovely as the. If you guys did not see the sea lice, let me show you, just because I'm mean. Oh, that's just it. There we go.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's. Imagine you just attach a wagon to them, and like they move right through the city streets on their brass balls. And as long as they have their brass balls, they do not go crazy and start eating everything in the city, all the metal in the city.
Yeah, they need to keep those.
We just keep them in the way of like Central Park, like has the horses going through it all the time. It's just like, but the rest of the city's using mopeds.
Yeah. Hammer and dogs. What did I say?
She's just like, I hope just you don't. No, you guys don't have to worry about that. She turns away. She's like, have a good night. And like, she takes like a step and then like slowly like turns it back, like turns her head like to see if either one of if anybody's gonna say anything. Oh, and she's like, oh no, I'm sorry. You don't have to worry about it. Definitely not. Not you guys. Not this storefront.
Worry about what?
Oh, I thought you'd just never ask. And she's just like, there have been a rash of storefront robberies lately.
Gasp.
Smash and grabs. Just taking everything. like, and we don't even know what they're doing. They've stolen food. They've stolen, like, some rare materials that people are using. They've stolen illicit goods. They've stolen just everything. You guys do have security, right?
Yeah.
Just like, and I was wondering, you all being from Lockstitch and all, you might be able to look into it a little bit for us.
Yeah, I'm sure some of us are good at that stuff. Zacna
Yep.
over here, he's great at that kind of stuff. He likes stopping evildoers.
I mean, evildoers.
Isn't that what stealing is? Evil?
I
Mhm.
do mean, I'm gonna assume that there's context, but in this situation, maybe they could be evil. Yes, they have wronged us and our merchant ways.
Can't harm the merchant ways. Right, Zacna?
Right.
Do you have any tips of where they were last seen? Maybe we can start there.
Absolutely. If you guys could just like come and I'll show you some of the storefronts that have been broken into as of recently.
All right.
And she will like walk you down this. Whoop. That's just her. And she's just like, Miss Waveheart's just, here are 3 of the shops that were hit the last couple of nights. Like, these 2 last night, and that one down there was hit 2 nights ago. I would say that this is probably a couple of streets away from you guys' shops, like, and because you guys are still like, well, you blackmailed her into giving you shops in the most affluent, like, parts of her city, of the city, so. Maybe you 4 didn't do it, but, Bammon's group sure did. And you see, would you guys tell me what you see? Like, what are the 3 shops that have been broken into?
Mhm.
What do you think, Zacna?
I'm thinking.
I mean, maybe one of them is like some kind of like jewelry store or something. Like that seems like a pretty like
I think one might be a high-end pharmacy.
Oh boy.
High-end pharmacy. Yeah, that high-end pharmacy sold some of those illicit goods that we know can be sold around here.
I'm sorry, you would know all about illicit goods, or at least drugs.
Yeah, there's definitely like there's a green flower as the apothecary symbol.
Hmm. What was it? Jewelry store? Did we go with a jewelry store?
Yeah,
think
we
one
can
was,
definitely a
yeah.
jewelry store, like like it's glass cases. Actually, you guys can tell me how is the jewelry store broken into? Like, what's that look like?
I've never broken into a jewelry store, so I'm not sure.
Hmm. I think it was. I don't. debating on if it would be discreet or if it would be a smash and grab.
Yeah, that's where I'm
She
kind
did
of like
say they
wondering.
were smash and grabs before.
I said smash and grab, but we can pull that back. Like, if we want this to be like some kind of Mission Impossible situation where somebody fucking repelled in from the ceiling and we have like cat burglars on our hands, I am on board.
No.
From what I was gonna say, from what I've seen of the thugs in this area, discreet doesn't really seem to be there. Now that I think about it, they
Nope.
are in the shadows a bit, but they're still kinda more obvious than they should be.
What do you see, Zacna? You've patrolled the cities. I'm sure you've come across different scenarios.
Not a whole lot. Other than the fact that whoever broke in wasn't subtle. That's for sure.
Broken glass here and there,
Yep.
scattered goods. I think the third one is probably a food shop of some sort, maybe.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Do you guys each want to roll me a 20-sider real quick? And we can see, like, and then you guys tell me how you as a character are playing the detective, basically.
Sure.
Man, that one was aggressive.
Very.
Give me a moment.
Oof. Oh no, that was Ray's. Do you have 3D dice on, Ray?
Yeah, I do.
Zacna? Okay. Yeah, I think
saw
2
his
just
orange
happened.
one.
Oh, okay. I only saw Krieg's. Excellent. So
It
17,
might have been
absolutely.
because we rolled at the same time.
I think that's exactly what happened. I hadn't cleared his
Glitched
in
out.
time. Oh, okay. So yeah, we rolled high enough to definitely figure out what's going on here. So, what are some clues about the people? Like, I know who robs this place. So, give me a clue. Like, tell me what you're searching. I can tell you what you find, or how you're searching. I can tell you what you find. And you guys are successful. Like, even Krieg's like 8 is bumped up by everybody else's successes. So,
Thanks, guys.
Krieg just staring at his own shop. It's like, no, this is better.
You have a high vantage point from on top of Zacna's shoulder, so it's easy to see a lot of stuff.
There you go.
Yeah, Zacna's probably utilizing the zoom function on his spy glasses to look for whether or not implements were used to break the glass, like rocks.
That's great. There's nothing left behind. You do see on a piece of shattered glass in the jewelry store, as like a hand had to come down on it or something came down on it. Something was scraped off and is on the shattered glass. There's no blood though, but it does like have an almost like carapace to it. Like it scratched, it made a deep scratch in what appears to be some kind of shell.
Huh.
What'd you find, Zacna?
Well, apparently our would-be burglar is insectoid in nature. Potentially.
Do we know of any insectoids in the city?
Go ahead.
This is my first time here, so that's why I'm asking you, Zacna. I haven't been here before.
I'm trying to think.
Or could it be like crustacean?
Could be crustacean.
Can I see where they came from? If they came from the back or if they came from the top?
Yeah, with your 8, you can see, well, with your success, because, and like your vantage point, obviously.
Yeah.
Sitting on Zacna's shoulders, like you see what looks like one of those like tracks from those pulled wagons that pulled by the sea louse. And like looking at those tracks, you see one of these creatures had a dented ball. So like as they're going, whenever they go over the same spot, they leave a little like O in the ground. They really need to get that fixed. It's unsafe.
For the lice and the person driving, yes.
Yeah, right. And for everybody in the area, what if if it loses that ball, it's gonna go nuts and eat all the metal in the area.
Right. So that's just not a hazard to them, but a hazard to everybody.
Just standard ball maintenance, people. That's all we ask. You see, you have to hop down from Zacna's shoulder, but as on Zacna's shoulder, you can for a distance, you can see the fact that track that trails off quite a ways and goes down the street that leads outside of the town and to the south.
Okay. Is there just one track of these, or is it like track going from different store to store, or just straight out of town?
This one has visited all 3 of these stores recently enough that their trail is still there.
Okay.
Did they leave anything behind by chance? Like maybe something that they like dropped while making their getaway, or
Yeah, I think the first robbery, the first night, they meant to hit all 3 shops. They meant to hit the pharmacy and then the jewelry store and the food store all in the same night, but something scared them away the first night. So they were a little bit less careful. And yeah, what did they leave behind? What was dropped? Actually, Zach, I want to rewind back a little bit. I think you see the carapace on that, but also they might have scratched themselves deep enough. Like they really got themselves. So I think you do see like a dark blood. I believe it's blue. Because I think that's what crabs bleed.
Okay.
But like, yeah, whoever like broke this was strong enough to break, and like you can test this. This is like almost bulletproof glass situation. It's really hardy glass. But like, and whoever did this must have been strong. And Osiria, what'd you find? If you can't come up with something, I can give you stuff. Don't worry.
Yep. Yeah, sorry about that.
Maybe since there's like a lot of like broken glass, like maybe on the way out, like they tore a piece of like their uniform off or something.
Ah, yes. That storyline specific thing. I think you find a patch off of a cloak that signifies that they are from a smaller pirate group. Like one of the not one of the Queen's crews, but like just a group from Clove Cove that are both pirates is a strong word a lot of times because we do picture them as just like straight up robbing, but in this sense it's almost like how One Piece pirates are defined. like they do a lot of jobs. They're basically adventuring groups that once in a while they steal. They don't have as many scruples. They don't follow the adventuring code. They will rob a ship. Like some of them will rob a ship and kill a bunch of people, but most of them are generally like, give me your stuff and we'll let you go style. But what's the Jolly Roger that you find? What's their symbol? Or
I mean,
or we can do it like this, Osiria. You find one and it is like it is hooked on the glass. It's very blatant. It's so blatant you actually have a moment of being like, this doesn't really, things don't happen like this, right?
There's no way this was on accident. It had to been on
Like
purpose,
this, it's
right?
so convenient.
Indeed.
And it is the anvil, the tongs, and the hammer that Cat was warned about.
okay, yeah, that works.
And Miss Waveheart's like, oh my gosh! The hammer? Here? Oh no! I'm gonna have to alert Silverfin immediately. You all check this out for me, right? And then she's like, and she runs down the street.
I'm on just that felt either forced or
Please. Wait, don't sound so surprised.
Like 30
oh
seconds
stop, wait,
later,
come back.
right? Like 30 seconds later, you hear it's like Cat's like your tracker, like your recording device goes off in your ear. And it's just like, okay, your listening device that you planted on the shady cops. It's just like, okay, I think they took the bait. You really think they're gonna fall for that? It's just like, yeah, look at them, all high-minded and full of justice. It's just like, they know there's a bad group of pirates stealing things, and that lizard's not gonna let anything get stolen in a town that he's in. It's just like, yeah, but that seems a little risky. What if the hammer finds out it was you that led them to him? It's just like, well, the good news is, either they'll kill him, or the hammer will kill them, and then it's win-win for all of us. Blackmail me, will they? And then they was like, it's like, and you sure nobody's listening to this line? Of course not. And then it just cuts off.
Busted.
Are you listening on to more people, Cat? You kind of had that far off look for a sec.
Oh yeah.
Wee, wee,
Yeah.
wee, wee.
She's as it turns out, she's trying to turn us against she's trying to pit us against the hammer on purpose to throw attention away from something.
Well, that exit did kind of feel a little forced, didn't it, Zacna?
Indeed it did.
Well, do we wait for her to get back, or do we,
So we do know that these 3 shops were robbed. With your 17s, like, because 3 of you rolled full successes, and like Osiria holding it, this was planted after the fact, but they were robbed.
Okay. So we've got evidence of a possible crustacean person who robbed this, and they're trying to lead us, and we have someone trying to lead us into a potentially dangerous situation. Should we attempt to find the people who actually robbed the place?
you think we could do both?
The
But do you think
potential's
they're
there.
potentially?
We can at least try and get more information.
True. Do we know anyone in the city that might have information on the not unscrupulous side, but the less bright side?
Oh, Krieg, I would like to tell you about somebody that Cat met not too long ago. Like, there's a doctor that's been pretty hard up for money recently, named Malpractice, and he's got a black book. He's got his pulse on, like, the unscrupulous side. He's got his finger on the pulse of the unscrupulous side.
Okay.
But that would involve you, like... Oh, sorry, Krieg. Real quick. He is down here. Like, he is outside the city. He lives amongst... This is, And Krieg, you would immediately be able to learn, like, gather this. This was, They're trying to build an expansion out here, but, like, building out there is dangerous because the air is a little thinner. Like, it's not so thin that you can't breathe, but, like, it's quite thin, and there's almost no wind out there.
Okay.
And there's sinkholes out of nowhere. It's a dangerous little strip of desert, but they started to build out there, and then that place got abandoned slightly until some people... There's more money to, like, start building out there again. But in that time, gangs and hooligans took it over it. And they run it pretty well. Like, there's a functioning market out there. It's just... They are all also the unsavory type.
Okay. So we got two options. One, I use Zacna as the muscle and we bully our way in. Or two, we find some excuse to visit this doctor of some sort. Now, normally I would say violence wins out, but since this town is, for whatever reason, against that, we should probably use that as option number 2. Any ideas? No ideas?
None here other than potentially doing the whole diplomacy bit.
Okay.
We do hear we do have someone here who had an arm incident recently.
Yeah, Osiria, could you give us a hand?
See, I feel like she just glares at Krieg for a moment, then
We
just
gotta
goes.
hide behind Zacna real quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's a moment of glaring at Krieg, followed by, absolutely, Cat, I would love to help. Just, like, not acknowledging Krieg's existence anymore.
All right.
Gotta hand it to you. You're taking this disarmament pretty well.
It's like, yo, why did fucking suddenly Osiria roll a 13? That's wild.
I mean, that can be arranged.
Don't worry, bud. I'm sure this will grow on you.
So we do know a little bit about the area outside. Let me see if there's any spoilers on any of these maps.
I was gonna say I technically took a blueprint of the building he's in too.
That is 100% true. That building. Oh, cool. Let me. Gotta hide all my spoilers, huh? From the outside, and this is like looking at the blueprints, you guys can figure this out. 2 things. A, out there, the night sky is always like the sky is always dark. Like when you look up, it is always a clear night sky, no clouds, no storms. It does not rain, the wind does not move. It almost feels like being on the moon a little bit. But there is air. It's a little thinner, but the creatures that don't like rely on that can live in thinner air are like perfectly fine here. Also, I think you guys could like use rebreathers to like it. Like, I think your rebreathers work different than like science ones. I think you guys' suits can like keep you going just fine as long as you have AP. But yeah, it looked from the outside, it kind of looks like an absolutely giant mall. And based on the layout that Cat has, the blueprints, the inside is also kind of like a giant mall. Like there's a bunch of like shops, but that have been converted into homes and other offices like Malpractice or Mal. He doesn't like it. His surname is Practice. He realizes that like it sounds like Malpractice, but that's just a coincidence. But yeah, he lives in one of the homes. Like, it is a good distance out there to get there. Most people do take wagons or the sea license stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, you do. The place can house hundreds, if not thousands, of people, even in the state that it's in right now. Go away, Miss Waveheart. So what is the full plan here? Like, yeah, Krieg, what do we got? Like, as the officer, I would love a scene of
Alright.
Krieg just laying out the plan.
Okay. So we're gonna use Osiria's unfortunate disarmament to get us inside the door. We can use Cat's blueprints to avoid any trouble getting there, hopefully. If we do run into trouble, we can just have Zacna strong arm them out of the way, and then that will be here for moral support and I guess financial support if you need it. Also, I can help Osiria if she needs help opening doors. Any requests or suggestions before we get going?
Zacna, I don't know if you've caught everything about Haven in like from the previous games, and one of the main things is they do not allow weapons into the city. You guys can smuggle weapons into the city, as we know Akana has done in the past. Have you been smuggling weapons, or are you just like been like treating it everything as a weapon kind of style? Like if you find something, you can use it as a weapon.
I've actually been. Oh, hang on! I accidentally closed out of the Roll20 again. Tried.
That was
Yeah, tried to select it. Accidentally closed it out. Technically, Zacna doesn't have to worry about hiding weapons.
Oh, it's because you got those
people up
spy
with anything?
abilities.
Yep, pretty much all of his weapons are spy abilities.
Absolutely. Multiple of you, like the spies actually have a real advantage in this city for this reason.
Plus, he's also got blink, pack, and strap.
nice.
All right, then absolutely. Do we need any extra gear or anything before we take off out there?
We should get a sling for Osiria so it looks more convincing.
Yeah, Osiria, can you limp? It's like,
A
I know
little
it has
bit.
absolutely nothing to do with the arm, but you have to just make him sell it.
I mean,
Hmm.
if not, I'm
Oh,
sure you can think of
so
something that annoys you, and we can use that. Although that might be
so
pretty hard.
Cat has run into malpractice before, but every time you guys have run into this cat, you have not introduced yourselves as Lockstitch. Like, you guys have actually every time kept that from him,
Yeah.
which is so far really smart. Um, if you're going to meet with this shady doctor, like, how are you dressed?
You know, I almost feel that I should have that habit that I took from the last on.
Absolutely. Cat puts on the most form-fitting dommy mommy fucking habit you've ever seen.
If he recognizes it, he'll know the issue.
Yeah, he's like, did not my place, not my place, not my place.
That is a bad habit, but it's a good habit.
Ah,
But
Hey, Krieg already looks like a fucking smarmy businessman. Like, but like, do you take it up a notch?
Sure, I can raise it up. I'm going to uh see if I can't uh increase the smarminess by refusing to walk by myself. So I'm just gonna ride on Zacna and then just dial the dial the charm up to 11. It'll be great.
Absolutely. Zacna, what's your bodyguard uniform? If like you're working directly under.
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, if you literally, if you were literally working under.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a Blaster Master situation because we're not really doing Mad Max this game. But had I known, you would have just been
I
Zacna's
am
shoulder
actually
mount.
not sure.
You've done bodyguard work before, right?
Right, but not in uniform.
Okay, what did you normally wear then? Do you have like casual clothes that you use?
Yeah, casual.
Okay. Is that like a t-shirt and jeans, or are you more of a polo shirt kind of guy?
I'm trying to think actually. I think it'd probably be t-shirt style.
Okay. A quick question: do you have like a tank top underneath that, or do you just have the one t-shirt?
Beats me.
I love the idea of Krieg just going through a box and throwing like a Three Vampires and a Goth Girl t-shirt at him. And she's like, here, put this on. Or just okay. Zacna, Krieg reaches into his like box and he pulls out 4 t-shirts in various amounts of disrepair. Each one
What
of you
was
4 has to tell me what one of these t-shirts are, and they are either from a company or something we have seen advertised in this game thus far.
the name of the city that the band is from again? I can't remember.
Gibbet?
Thank you, Gibbet. Now, these may look like they're torn up and found on the side of the road. But this is the fashion from Gibbet. They're into that torn up punk rock look.
I imagine one of them is of the first web ball team that we had.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't remember the name of it.
The Silver Stingers.
No, like the towards the
Midnight
end.
Rush.
Oh,
I mean,
That first one where we made the exhibition team.
Like the very, very first one.
Yeah.
yeah, that was the Silver Stingers. Here, like, 1 second, I can show you. Don't worry. I also made shoes.
I still have your old jersey, Zacna, from that very first game. It may be a little roughed up and aged, but I think it'll still fit you.
Well, if it works, it works.
Give him the pair of matching Converse.
All right, who's next? I got 3 more T-shirts in this box.
I think it would be funny if the Tomb Squad has attempted to make their own merchandise, and one of them's a T-shirt that they're trying to get Krieg to sell.
Team Squad T-shirts and roller shoes, or wheelies, I think.
Okay, apparently they have.
Oh yeah,
it's a
yeah.
Tomb
Tomb
Squad
Squad
shirt.
yeah. Okay, so your choice,
This one-
Zacna, so far is a Tomb Squad T-shirt, or like literally your jersey. Like it says Zacna on the back of it and everything.
Got a number and everything.
Yeah, it's just like what's Zacna's jersey number?
What's your favorite number, Zacna?
18.
Yep, there you go.
18. There we go.
So you got a Tomb Squad shirt. You got a Silver Stingers fucking jersey with your name and number on it. Osiria, what's the next one he pulls out?
I mean, there's got to be like one of the old like Midnight Rush shirts, probably.
Just like it's definitely one of the old Midnight Rush shirts with fucking Midnight holding the can. It's just like they discontinued these. They don't make this anymore.
This is a rare collector's item, and I'm willing to part with it just so we can make it through.
Rare
You guys
collector's
just see a
item in
huge-
questionable condition.
Just because there's a couple rips in the front and maybe one in the back, it's fine.
Absolutely. Okay, and Krieg, what's the bottom of the box T-shirt that you found?
Probably a crumpled up, dirty shirt that just has "Vote for Bobbert" on it. This one may or may not have been dragged through the mud and given to homeless people to wear for a couple days, but I just don't worry about the smell. Those stains
I
are
love
completely
loaning
normal.
clothes to the homeless.
What? Nobody likes Vote for Bobbert shirts because he lost, so no one wants to wear them. So I may have.
Oh, all right, Zacna. Do you wear your jersey? Do you wear Tomb Squad? Do you wear vote for Bobbert? Oh shit! What was yours, Osiria?
Midnight Rush.
Yeah,
Midnight Rush, collector's edition.
Zacna's probably gonna wear his own jersey.
Just don't worry, we're incognito.
perfect.
I got some duct tape and blueberries. I'll just put this over your name.
For all they know, I could just be a fan of Zacna.
This is fair. You could just be a fan. Oh, that's very good.
Duct tape and write the word "fan" over it. There we go.
It's like, nice to meet you. And they look at the back of your shirt. Zacna? No, I'm just a fan. Oh, that's fine. What's your name? Zacna.
We'll just shorten it to Zach. There you go. Perfect.
Oh, they'll never see that one
works.
coming.
Oh, you're a fan of Zach. Now, what's your name? My name's Zach. Nice to meet you.
Okay. I'm getting ready to switch this to the next map, and I'm pretty sure I have done this in the funniest way possible. So I hope you're all ready for it, because I think this makes the most sense.
Nailed it. I knew exactly which one I would pick if we got a choice, and that is the right one.
Good thing it's custom. It's got, we can extend the length of the bars. We can raise up the pedals so you have somewhere to rest your feet.
I got a booster seat attached to mine.
Okay, I
booster
got
pedals?
the scooter.
That's so funny.
Although it's probably
Man, on a
scooped
little
up.
scooter? That's great.
Oh my god.
It was it's the funniest way to do it.
Did you fit on that?
Probably.
He looks comfortable. It's fine.
Just wearing a jersey flapping in the wind. Not in the wind. There's no wind. That made me laugh a lot hard. Like, I've been constantly just chuckling about that for a while now. Okay. And like, it's not actually nighttime. Again, there's just no daytime out here. So, oh, sorry, Osiria. What does Osiria look like outside of, like, trying to make herself look, other than the limp and like the lack of an arm? And you really committed to that bit.
I mean, honestly, I was thinking, like, if she's, like, not wearing her crew uniform, it's probably just, like, just, like, standard casual clothes, which, funny enough for her, would be, like, the, like, web ball fan t-shirt she got at the very first web ball game.
It's also Zacna's jersey.
Oh my god,
Yes.
That is not exactly what I thought, but absolutely.
We have to cut a hole on one of the sleeves for your arm, or do we just pin it up like a flower or something?
It's just like a jersey, but at the end it's got that folded sleeve that they pin up.
Awesome.
I laughed really hard at that one. Sorry. So you all park your motorcycles. Don't worry, your motorcycles are safe. I'm not going to steal them from you. Your scooter's also safe. Don't worry, Zacna.
We just put signs on them telling everybody where you can get them.
Just advertise. This is the home office of Malpractice. Cat has the card, knows where he is. So we don't have to worry about showing up. Like, this is him. Who knocks?
Okay, Zacna. Obviously, we need to have Osiria in front, but since she's handicapped, I'm gonna need you to knock.
Are you sure you want me to knock?
Yes, because since I'm gonna be riding on your shoulders, I need to be in view so they can see that I'm the important one, and then also that Osiria is the disarmed one. I mean, the hurt one.
Very well.
But obviously, it's not polite to knock with your feet, so.
Cat just trying to hide her face in the background. Okay, there we go. All right, I've got his token ready to go. So, as you knock on the door, you hear immediately, it's just like, who is it?
Osiria, go!
Oh, we are here. We require your assistance with something.
Sound more wounded.
What does that mean?
It's like,
I don't know.
Are
Start
you
sobbing or
hurt?
something.
It's like, are you here for medical reasons? And if you are here
Ye-
for medical reasons, I need to hear the jingle of your purse before I open this door.
Well, yes, it is for medical reasons.
I'll jingle
Kind of
my
Zac-
large purse after she finishes.
Do you, like, is it a legitimate, like, this is just me asking everybody else, I just take it at face value what you just said. But Krieg, are you jingling an actual purse? Like, is this real money? Mal can tell.
Well, if I'm gonna act like a big shot here, I'm not gonna half-ass it. So I probably am, and since I came into a lot of money recently due to negotiations in a certain city, I now have a lot of money. So I do jingle a bunch of coins.
You see a mail slot open in the door, and like a white cat paw like pushes itself through. It's just like, one of the coins, please, quickly.
Okay, I'll give one of the coins. Not my favorite one though, but just one of the coins. Like, here you go. Zacna, I can't reach down there. Here you go.
Zacna takes the pouch and
Sorry,
holds on to it.
Zacna,
Give.
you get some blue paint on your hand when you hand that coin over. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Go for it. I interrupted you. The hand comes back in. You hear just like crunch, and then like, okay. Come in. And like the door opens, and you are greeted with this is what Mal looks like now that like I've decided to like not just use a default token for him. He is a very happy cat. He's like, good, excellent. I could always use the money. Would you like to order pizza? What's everybody's favorite pizza topping? Second time I've seen coins like this. Come in. I'm just working on a little project. Don't you mind me?
Hmm.
Oh my god.
That man
Oh,
in the picture looks familiar.
You've heard of the Silver Stallion? He like puts his fingers out to it, and like you can see like there are spots where he just keeps wiping the picture. Like he can't stop putting his fingers on the painting that he is painting.
Yeah.
Hey, Kat, he's painting Royce when you were here last time with Royce. I just
Oh no. It's a fantastic painting you've got there.
I know. I need a little bit more discipline, and I really got to keep my fingers out of the paint. It's just
It's gonna ruin it if you keep touching it. Stop touching.
I'm trying, and he like puts his hands on his head and gets blue paint into his like his face fur. He's like, oh, medical reasons, and he walks over to a sink and starts like washing off his hands, like scrubbing the paint. It's taking a lot of work, but he is thorough in this. And it just yes. Thank you all for sitting on my couch so lined up like that. Also adorable. Who needs the medical attention, and how can I help you? And how much are you willing to pay? Both of
Well-
these questions matter.
I point over to Osiria. This one is the one that needs a hand.
He looks at Krieg, he looks at Osiria, he looks at the other two, he's just like trying to gauge whether or not he's allowed to make rim shot jokes. He looks at Krieg, and they just like covers like his mouth, and that's then that way that you know you're not hiding anything, you know? And he's just like
That loud
dum dum.
whisper.
Yeah, the loud like. Well, get the patient over here. How long ago did this happen?
Out of character, that was like about a month, right?
Probably though, yeah, a month or so ago. Yeah.
It has been, well, roughly a month?
And your anatomy, do your arms tend to grow back? Is this a long process? Would you like to speed up the process if your arms do tend to grow back? How are your teeth?
Well, the arm will grow back, but with the time it would take, I feel as though it would interfere far too much with my day-to-day life. I would like to speed it up if possible.
Understandable. Like I had, if it didn't grow back, I know some people for some prosthetics, like both in the Cove and the Tier Lower. Oh, the work they do in Tier Lower. Gotta walk that path. Gotta walk that path. He says almost in a sing-song way. And it's just like, all right, okay. Are you allergic to any medicines that I should know about? His back is turned to everybody right now. This is his home office, but you do see he is not what you might call good at hiding his like black book or list of patients.
If somebody wants to distract him with that painting again, I can try and get a hold of that black book.
Zacna, you're good at distracting, right?
Why
Zacna.
me?
Oh, because you're the biggest one. So if anything happens, you can take him.
You'd figure somebody better at talking would be suited to this.
You're great at talking. I'm not so great at talking.
I'm not great
And
at talking
Osiria's
either.
wounded.
Osiria lost an arm. She can't talk to him. She doesn't know how to communicate with people anymore.
Right?
Taking
Like,
off her willpower, not the.
She's like, Mal is just like washing his hands like thoroughly, like checks his claws again. He's just like, yep. Are you averse to spirit medicine? I've met a lot of people recently. Like, a lot of people don't have the same medical ways. What? I'm sorry, I forgot to ask. Where are you all from?
Haven.
Haven. Oh. Hey.
Can't you tell? We look just like them.
Oh. Huh. For the love of God, roll me a 20-sider.
No.
Haven, huh? That sounds so wild. As he like washes his hands further and further, you see Zacna and Cat immediately. He is reaching for a hidden gun underneath his like wash basin.
Get him, Zacna, go.
Quick, somebody grab the painting.
Zacna's almost.
Zacna, throw me at the painting. Let's go.
oh my god.
Yeet!
It's like, okay. Do you just have Krieg in your hand threatening to throw him at the painting? Is that what's happening? Or are we just destroying the painting just to start? Like, is Zacna threatening to throw
Dude,
Krieg?
Do the threaten. Zacna, threaten him.
Hang on, I gotta sneeze.
Bless you. We all know that Zacna has a really good arm, so he's probably pretty accurate. So if we can threaten this guy, I think it might work.
Oh, definitely threat.
Okay, Zacna, tell him that if you don't put that gun away, you're gonna throw me at the painting.
Don't go for that gun. Trust me.
He's just like,
I'm not afraid to check
hold
this
on.
guy.
There's no reason to throw the people at my paintings. Like, Zach is wearing his own jersey. Krieg is tucked up as a ball in his hand. Cat and Osiria just like on the couch.
Now remember,
Like, don't...
Cat is in a habit where Osiria is just wearing a jersey with only one arm.
Yep, this is happening.
Alright, now Zacna, tell him to put the gun down slowly.
Alright.
Since I'm rolled up, he can't see my mouth move, hopefully.
I see it.
Alright. I want you to put the gun down and back away from it.
He like pulls it all the way out, and like between his like his thumb bean and his pointer bean, like he tosses it on the ground. And this gun is, I think, so you know how Nyx and Amon are both very like tarot but deserty vibes? It's very similar to them. Like, it has a sight on it that instead of having instead of like the two, like the way the normal sights are, or like a red dot would be, it is very much like Amon's eye on the back of his card. It's that kind of a symbol. I think it's like a little Uzi situation, like a submachine gun with a with that as its like red dot situation. As he tosses it on the ground, it now has his handprint. It has a really cute blue paw print on it because he wasn't done cleaning his fingers.
Right, now Zacna, have Kate go get the gun.
Which one?
Kate, or Cat, sorry.
Cat.
Alright. I'm gonna go pick up the gun and point it at Mal. So you have some information, and we're gonna take your book that has that information. Then we're gonna leave.
It's die. Okay. When you point this at him, the sights of it, it goes directly to like his weak points. Like you can shoot him in the heart, or you can shoot him in the eye, in the head. Like these are the places that'll kill him instantly.
Oh, this is a useful piece of equipment. I don't know.
I would hope
sneak
so.
It
It
back
was
into
very
Haven,
expensive.
but I'll find
Oh, I'm being robbed.
Find a way.
I'm being robbed again. It's just like, fine. Maybe you could just ask me, what are you looking for? I didn't know that you guys were like in the game. Does she actually need medical treatment?
Well,
Maybe?
I mean, it would be appreciated, but I understand the circumstances might not allow that anymore.
I mean, I swore an oath to collect money in exchange for healing people. You can have my black book as a robbery, but if you still pay me, I mean, I understand it's all in the game.
Zacna, tell him we'll still pay him for helping.
All right. We'll pay if you help us out.
She's like, okay, can you put the lizard down?
Zacna
No,
then
not
puts
until
Krieg
we
down.
leave.
It's like, all right. Then you guys hear a knock on the door. Oh, the pizza's here. Like, the pizza delivery person walks in, sees the gun being held on Mal, sees everything that's happening, puts the pizza down on the end stand, and just like puts their hand out for money. That'll be 100 gems. Mal, do I need to call somebody?
Well, how many gems is that gold coin that Krieg gave the cat worth earlier? Do you think?
I think that's worth like one. No, 100. One coin is 100 gems. I think it's like the math that we decided.
And a cat's gonna motion to Mal. Give me that coin from earlier.
Mal just like passes it over.
And you were gonna pay anyway, right? Yeah, there you go.
Of course, I pay for my pizza. It's like repeat customer.
There you go. You didn't see anything.
It's like I this is just the amount I needed for the pizza. I mean, this isn't my I didn't see anything cost. Mal's just like, you could just tell they didn't see anything. And like Mal tries to wink, but Mal can only wink with the eye like facing you guys. So like he just keeps like wink.
Okay, here's another you didn't see anything coin.
I was like, oh. Like, grabs it. It's just like, the name's Fourth. Salamander Fourth.
You have
It's
an
like, if
amazing
you ever
name.
need somebody to... Thank you. If you ever need anybody to, like, not see something, like, I'm your man. Or if you need, like, pizza, I could also do that. And he, like, hands you the business card for Salamander's wood-fired pizza.
I have to hand him my business card now. This is just, how it goes.
Oh, now I kind of want to hand him mine. You look like you might need something to carry around those pizzas. So I hand him one of my.
He looks at the thing. It's like, oh, are those yours outside? Those fantastic vehicles.
Oh, they are.
Oh, and like Sally's like, oh, excuse me, and like taps Zacna on the leg to get him to like move over a little bit, and also joins you all on the couch.
Now tell me about these wood burn pizzas.
They're absolutely amazing. We take only, and like Mal's just like, excuse me, I think I'm being robbed.
No, you're currently helping out this person with the missing arm.
Oh, okay.
You're doing your duty.
Do you still have the gun on?
I do, yes.
Do you still have the gun on, Mal? Okay.
Yes.
Mal's just like,
We did say we'd pay you. I think.
Yeah. They'll take the money. I'll take the money. I'll heal her. You don't shoot me. You get the black book. That seems like a win-win situation, right?
Zacna, go get the black book before he changes his mind.
And he steps out of the side. In my head, I don't know if Zacna is the character that would do this, but in my head, as you're passing him, you give him like one of those flinch checks. Like lunge your head at him real quick and he gets scared away. But that's just, you don't have to.
A vibe check, you mean?
Yeah, just a vibe check. It's like, huh? It's like punch him twice, 2 for flinching.
I can see Zacna doing that.
In theory, he could do that, but I don't think he'd do so to Mal. He only
Understandable.
does that to close friends.
Mal's been through a lot tonight. So you have a black book, Zacna, and it has, and since your time in Haven patrolling, you recognize a lot of these like names or like accomplices lists. Like you see a couple Jolly Rogers drawn in this book. And at nowhere in this book do you see the hammer and the anvils and the tongs. Like you do not see that.
Nothing of the sort that we're looking for.
It's like
Maybe we can catch the real robbers then.
he's studying Osiria's like arm. It's just like, oh, look at this. It is growing back a little bit. He diddles you a twig.
Okay, I don't know if I like that.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
Do be careful with that, please.
It's like, absolutely. Do you know the instrument that took the arm off? Or were you not there for it? You find yourself woken up in a cold bath surrounded by ice? I know a crab or two that's happened to.
Well, if memory serves, it would have been an ice-related incident?
Ah, I can see it. You seem to be some kind of plant-based creature. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
And I know you're not all from Haven, so you don't have to lie to me about that. You don't have to tell me who you're with, but...
He's a gardener
Inside-
too.
Mal drops, like, his... like, whatever he's currently using to, like... I think magnifying glass, and it hits the ground. I don't think it breaks, because it hits the carpet, and he's like, oh, sorry, I thought you said she was a gardener, but then I realized that you said she was a gardener, not a gardener, so I understand. Whew. Huh. Ridiculous. You people. Like, I've been getting some really weird company lately. Sally sitting on the couch with you, eating a piece of this pizza now. What's on the pizza? Like, Sally wants to talk, like, is trying to talk to Kat about getting their hands on a delivery fleet, basically.
Sardines. There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Sardines? Yeah, all right.
Well, if you want help with that fleet, I can help you out if you'd like.
She's like, I could really. This place, they had in mind to make this place. Oh, I'm sorry. The pizza? You guys want some? It's really good. I make a delicious pie.
I'll take a slice. Zacna, do you want some?
Alright.
Sure.
Does have sardines on it. Make sure you save me a piece, please.
All right, save a piece for the man who actually paid for it.
Thank you. Yeah, here we go. Don't worry, production value, everybody.
Perfect.
Oh, excellent.
Sally's just like swinging their feet back and forth, watching Osiria get healed, like reading up. Do you have a brochure on your motorcycles on you, Kat?
Probably.
Or are you just giving him the pitch?
I'll probably give him the pitch on the scooter actually, because I think that would be perfect. We could build a box on the back so you could keep the pizzas in while you're traveling. Keep them warm.
Has anybody driven it in these conditions? Like out here in the low air out there. Is it a smooth ride? Like
Zacna
have
rode
any
it
of
on the
like
way here. Did you have any
oh
problems?
you're a big fella too. My weight and the weight of pizzas would be significant. Zacna, I'm sorry. Your name is Zacna, right? Like on your shirt.
That is
No,
correct.
his name is Zach. Sorry, he's just a really big
Oh,
fan
sorry,
of Zacna, so
Zach.
that's why I was reading the
Oh.
back of the shirt. Sorry.
I understand. Like, no fault in being a fan. It's just like I have caught a roller derby. Have you ever heard of the Rosie? Like Fox Girl. Oh, I saw her on the roller derby track one day. Changed my life. She joined a group called Tomb Squad. I heard she's adventuring now. I'm not a huge fan of adventures, but you understand. But how would you describe the ride here, friend Zach?
It was pretty smooth.
Do you think we'd have a hard time? I'd have a hard time balancing, say, 20 to 30 of these here pies.
It depends on how far offset everything is.
Okay. So I've just gotta get my game on point. I'll practice that. Well, I would absolutely love a test drive if you don't mind. I'll get out of your hair so you can finish extorting my dear friend Mal here.
You're ever so kind. If you need something expanding your pizza fleet, you let me know, and I'll hand him my business card.
He takes it and he's just like, absolutely. And if you need anything from me, look for Salamander Force wood-fired pizza. We're amazing. We're the only pizza place in town, but don't let that fool you. We're only the best because we ran all the other ones out of business.
Ooh,
And
I
like
that.
you hear Mal snort a little bit. It's like, and a bit of violence. And Salamander Force is gonna like leaves, and you hear his wagon being pulled by one of the lice outside. But he also just, as he passes by slowly, gives a low whistle. You're like, these look fun. It's like, so business folks, huh? Mm-hmm.
We told you
Osiria,
Haven,
are you
didn't
eating?
we?
Haven? Are you? Yeah, but I damn sure know that now you might be staying in Haven now, but come on. This is like you telling a cat you're a fish. I don't buy it.
No, that's a cat telling you that they're not a cat.
I've seen a lot of people wearing them habits lately. Just like real concerning. And he stops and thinks about it. And then shudders and looks back to like working on Osiria's arm. He's just like, okay. I think I got something for you. Are you averse to magical remedies?
No, I have no opposition to anything of the sort.
Any allergens to fungi?
Not that I am aware of.
You can see their garden.
And like you see him like pull out a little jar, and he's just like, okay. Now we do this pretty quick. And he pops the cork on it, and like the whole room for everybody, well, you all breathe, so like you see him quickly put on a mask. He's like, don't breathe this, like too late. And he reaches in and like puts a mushroom on your do you have a stump? Literally?
I
Like,
would Probably, yeah.
And like, you feel your arm like taking it in, and like you feel this mushroom growing into your arm. It is an ink cap mushroom. It is dripping black ink, but very slowly. I know I've mentioned it before, but there's like the tar study of like, is this still fluid after all this time? And turns out it is. And like, it burns. Osiria, it burns, but like, he's just like, hold, don't worry about that. And he pulls out a quill that is smoldering. He's just like, I think there's enough left in this, and he taps it a couple times and on his desk, and every time he taps it, a little burst of flame comes out, and eventually it does just burst into fire. He's like, excellent. And he's just like, now I'm a doctor, not a bureaumancer, but I've learned a trick or two in my day. He puts like, you all of a sudden like see him like turn around, and he puts on a welding goggle, like welding visor thing. He's like, don't look at this, to everybody else in the room, as it is like welding. He is writing like text out of fire and the ink that is coming out of the ink cap mushroom that just says, this is an arm, I am an arm, we are an arm, this is a limb, I will be fingers, I am a hand.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like,
I just remembered that Osiria has a massive fear of fire.
I
Yeah.
was just like,
She's trying not
fun
to
for me.
like. She's trying not to say anything because, you know, potentially still spores in the air, but she's freaking the fuck out.
you know, like looks up, he's just like, oh, you handled that a lot better than I thought a plant person might. And I think there is have you ever seen the hive comb like 3D printed prosthetics? That like, I've seen a bunch of them on TikToks. I ended up on prosthetics TikTok for a while, and I thought it was pretty cool. But like, there's a bunch of negative space, Osiria, but you have basically an arm made of this very, very thick ink. And it's just like, this should work until the rest of your arm grows back around it. It should fall off naturally, but if you feel like it's staying on there too long, come back to me and we'll break it off.
Right.
If it
of
stays
course.
hard for longer than 4 hours, see a doctor.
I am a doctor. You should see me though. If you have an erection for longer than 4 hours, you should see me. Mostly because I would like to document it. It's like, look at this painting. I know all about erections longer than 4 hours. Elbow, 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 elbow.
Yeah.
Apologies for disappearing for a little while.
Welcome back.
No, you're fine, man. You just missed a bunch of like trauma for Osiria, as like she gets a skeleton, like for the framework of an arm back and an erection joke.
Oh dear.
Good.
Don't worry, it was a good one though.
Right, pizza.
Yeah, did we save any? Have you guys just eaten his pizza while
I
going
saved
over
him a
this
side.
black book?
I don't eat sardines,
Zacna
so
only ate one slice.
Oh no!
I made sure to save one slice for him. Don't worry.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
there's like half
Zacna's
a pizza
the
left.
Zacna's the kind of guy to only eat one potato chip.
Wild.
Yeah,
Does
he's
Zacna
got a lot of
dip the potato
self-control.
chip? Oh, nice. So he's just like, okay. Kat, you've been going over this. Kat and Zacna, you guys have been going over this book. So did we learn anything? Do you guys want to roll to see if we learned things?
Okay. And we've got a confidence card too.
Yep.
Go for it.
For sure. What do you two learn? All right, 16's good. What's Zacna got for us? Oh,
Oh,
Oh, that was
Oh.
close.
that was so close to a 1. Osiria, as Zacna's poring over this book, you are like, this is when the writing is happening, so it's like flash and like flash fire is happening, like you just keep seeing, like even if your eyes are closed looking away, you smell the burning, and it smells like a forest fire to you. It's just like, you don't have to, because like Zacna is not cursed, so like and he's not actively doing something with you, but like the flavor in the room is your hackles are raised as like they are going through this. You don't have to attack anybody because that's not what the roll was about. I just want to know that everybody didn't know Osiria's upset about this.
Yeah, like she's probably gonna be like super on edge for a little bit, like
And just okay, and like he starts like, he's like, oh, you tensed up a bit. Did I hurt something? Is something wrong here? Anybody else hear that rumbling? Is that thunder?
it it is alright. Just please continue.
He's just like, well, like I was saying, I got a cousin down in, and then he just goes back to telling an incredibly boring story about like how he fleets somebody out of like all of their money, but in like the most boring way. He's like, insurance scams, get them every time.
I mean, that's
go ahead.
perfect. Maybe that's what like Osiria's fixating on, to just numb her mind to not like fully freak out and attack someone.
See, Osiria is just like numbly paying attention to the words, Krieg writing down the scam.
taking notes, yeah.
It's like everybody's around like the table eating pizza, taking notes, reading through books. All right, but Kat and Zacna, those are both successes. So you learned that there is an active crew in the town. These people are from the Paprika Archipelago. They are from the Pepper Mills, is normally where they were. They are a group of crab pirates. They fly under a banner that their Jolly Roger is, what if a not a nutcracker, what if like a crab claw cracker thing was a pair of nunchucks? Like that's what it looks like. Like, and they are known for, they're a small time gang. They're just like looking to get stuff. They have no direct affiliation with the Hammer, but or his like group. His group, I think Cat. Oh yeah, that's what I can give you. His group is called the Broken Crown. Like you'll see a bunch of little markings of little fragments of a crown. Not like different ones, but that's how you can tell they're all part of some bigger group if you want to ask Mal about that. Like some of the pirate teams have like a little crown marking next to them and other ones don't.
Can you do me a favor and explain what these markings mean? Point
like,
at,
of
point at the
course.
broken
Oh,
crowns.
he takes his like thing off and he's like looks at it. He's like, the crowns, the crowns. He puts his visor back down and goes back to. It really feels like he's welding / tattooing you, Osiria.
And 3D printing at the same time, it sounds like.
And 3D printing out of Yes, it really is like a 3D printer, isn't it? Like he's using this ink to drip so slowly, and he's using the pen to write what it needs to become.
Huh.
And he's just... Actually, I don't... That is not how 3D printing works. Oh, no, it's like how the pen ones work, though, right?
Yeah, like the pin one.
Those things- And as he's just going, he's just like, those are to donate, to tell me, to clarify, to let me know who has affiliations with a certain someone. And, like, that way I know to, give them a discount. So they don't break my legs. It's all under... It's a big unifying force. It's like somebody decided to start unionizing pirates.
Unionize.
Or criminals.
Hmm.
And it's like, he raises his visor and looks at Krieg. It's like, right, unions have no place in medicine. It should be everybody for themselves and the best price.
To make things more complicated and harder for people.
Why would you want to hurt the free market? And like you see he's got a painting of his grandfather, Free Market, right next to the painting of his mentor, Big Pharma.
So I bet you don't like giving discounts. Who are the would you be able to tell us who these people might be?
Oh, they're all over. Let's see. They got the Red Ant Brigade recently. Ooh, scary pirates from ex-soldiers. Just a bunch of just the meanest, toughest band you've ever seen. They recently got that group of those hammer paw folks. It's like they had that submarine. They joined up with them. They're scary. Like I heard they are effective. You can't see them. They're underwater. Never really thought a bunch of like my kinfolk from Hammerpaw were gonna get into this business, but that's just the way they are. Just you build a machine and you gotta use it somehow. You build a machine that like sinks ships, and you really kind of pigeonhole yourself into something.
Oh, really? You're saying someone built this? Did they ever say who?
Oh yeah, we know all about the sub. Like it's a fish-shaped sub. They're built by they found schematics from somewhere recently, and they built it out of scrap metal. They made it look more like a fish. They asked me if I wanted to go down in it, but I told them I'm not going into a fish. That's crazy. Fish go into me. Am I right? And he pulls a sardine off the pizza and just stuffs it up underneath his welding mask. The whole time, he has not stopped working on Osiria's arm while he's like taking that. He said, "Don't worry, it's sanitary."
They ever say where they got these schematics from?
Oh, there's a... Oh, you guys are in
damn.
the game. You know Tisk. Big guy, bird guy, long face, talks a lot. Think he's set up to sell illicit goods, as it were.
Illicit dealings. Yes.
Hmm.
But you guys looking for a specific group out here? Like, I wouldn't want to... You don't mess with the Broken Crown. That's a scary group. Their leader'll come for you. He's known for it. They say you can't escape him because he always knows where you're going.
Who's
Call
the
him the
leader?
luckiest man on the sea.
Have you ever heard of him, Zacna?
That is a good question. I don't know if I've
Been
heard of him.
around.
If you have been patrolling and like the area, then yeah, for sure. Like people whisper about him. They talk about him like a boogeyman. Like not like John Wick, not like that, not like it's some massive murderer, but like those legends is that there's no way that one man leads this vast army situation, you know? But this guy's telling you it's true. It's like the Kingpin in Marvel. Like a lot of characters don't believe is actually a thing until he proves himself to doing it. It's like everybody in the game takes a cut. Oh, everybody in the game gives a cut. Or else he finds you and breaks something.
Huh.
It's like, go ahead.
Nothing.
It's just like, he looks at Big Pharma's picture. It's just like, sometimes he takes the most important things from you. The visor up. And visor back down. He's just like, well, you're about done there. Pretty forest thing. Not sure. I'm just gonna shake your hand. Not that one though. Don't shake anybody's hand for a while. It's fine to hold weapons and use for most functions. When you shake somebody's hand with one of these artificial limbs in the staging process, at some point it'll be fine. It feels a lot like you shaking their hand with a wet fish, and they don't seem to like it.
Understood. Thank you for your assistance.
That, and yes, it isn't. And if you could help it, please sleep with it fully extended from your body, and you looking the other way so you don't breathe in the fumes.
Very well.
It's like, are you guys looking for any particular groups of thieves? Any particular merch has gone missing? What brings you out here if you're from Haven Way and after my black book?
You remember the group we were looking for, Zacna?
I'm trying to remember the name.
I know there was 2 different people we were after, but I can't remember.
The hammer is the guy that he's telling you about right now that leads the Broken Crown. We're probably going to change his name because Nika did point out that too close to Hammer Paw for this. So, right now his group is called the Broken Crown. So you're looking for, they're trying to set you, Miss Waveheart is trying to set you guys up against the Broken Crown. Like, as a, hey, you guys get rid of them. But she's doing it sneaky, but she is framing another group that robbed the store that we don't have much information about them, but we do know one of them was greatly wounded in his crab type arm. And that is why we came to the doctor in the first place.
Okay.
Oh no, sick. Shit, like when you were looking through the book, that's what Zacna could have been looking for. If Kat was finding the Broken Crown symbol, Zacna, you can find report of like that of an injury that matches the injury that you saw. You know?
Yeah.
It just says industrial stitches, right arm carapace, member of a group, and it has the group's name, and there is not a Broken Crown symbol next to that group's name. What would a small pirate crab group be called? Any names jump to mind?
Carl.
Carl? The whole crab group is Carl, or just one of the members is Carl?
One of them.
The one that got
Okay.
damaged is Carl.
It's like, yeah, Carl of the Pincher crew.
Red Lobster.
The Pinchermen. Like the Pinkermen, but the Pinchermen.
Ooh. They're clampers.
Any ideas for the Jolly Roger, you four? Oh, wait, no, wait. I already said the Jolly Roger. Sorry. The Jolly Roger is the crab cracker that looks like nunchucks, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And like Mal is fully taken off his mask and he is eating his pizza and looking at the names that he's looking for. It's like, oh, you're interested in Carl. Real bad cut on that guy. Just yesterday. Like, whoo. I mean, this was something. Like, you're missing a whole arm, but I could see inside that guy's meat. Oh, here, I'll show you. It was making me hungry, actually. And he pulls out pictures. He's just like, here you go. He's just like, that glass they make at Hymnal's no joke. And you see, like, pirate tattoos all over, like, a crab arm, as, like, you see a picture of this, like, massive wound on a crab. He's like, they didn't let me, like, really stitch it up. They said they had to get... That car is very loud. They said that they had to get somewhere quick. Like, they were shipping out. Which is weird, because they came out to the middle of the desert, so...
They say where
Yeah.
they were going?
Oh... They don't, but... they have a really annoying wagon. It goes thunk, 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 thunk whenever they drive it. So, like, I bet it left a really telltale trail. I mean, they got here last night. I bet if you're quick, you can catch up. And that truck is so loud. That's that fucking sound.
That does sound like what we're looking for.
Well, I will be just, grateful to help as long as I can just get that payment for the arm, if you don't mind. And can I get my gun back?
I say we keep the gun.
I need it for protection. What if they come for me?
I believe we have gotten what we are after. We should not take any more.
I think I'm gonna empty the ammo out of the gun and take the scope off and give him the gun back.
I feel like I was just taxed. It's like, okay.
This is for our protection. I'll leave the ammo outside. Scope is mine, though.
Well, that's kind of you, I guess. I mean, I hope you don't get killed out there. Just like somebody finds that, brings it back to sells it back to me or anything. Oh, I wasn't saying anything. I'm sure you'll be fine. Like, the Pincertons are just your low group. They're not scary or anything.
Yeah, they're just a small time group. No worries, right?
Yeah, like that picture is really blown up. Like, don't worry, Carl. He's a much smaller crab than you. Then you might get an impression from that picture. Fools. He's a real small crab.
Very strong, huh? Just a tiny.
Oh, I think
strong crab.
I just think he hit that glass at just the right way. You guys got nothing to worry. You big, strong people, don't use that arm, my dear, please, to, like, try to fight Carl. Use your other one.
Oh, you're saying we should touch Carl with that arm?
I mean, like, it's fine if you do, but, like, I just don't want to, like, I worked really hard on that, and I'd rather you not break that on Carl's massive muscles. I mean, very, very small, scrawny arms. Tiny guy.
Just a little guy.
And like he's just like, no, Carl's not a little guy. It's not that. I'm like, no, he doesn't. I don't think he knows any pirate queens.
Is that so?
What did you hear?
If you want to know what you
I-
heard, you're gonna have to,
Oh, no, you're good, you're good. They make camp right. It's like, here, let me fix up your map for you. They're making camp right out here, right by the hill, which is really weird because they said they had to catch their ride in the middle of the desert. There's nothing out there.
That is so strange.
Indeed.
And he's just like sits back exhausted. He's just like, all right, if we're done with this robbery / business / dinner party, I think I'd like to go to bed.
Okay, sleep well.
He
Have a good
He
night.
collapses into his chair. He's just like, thank you for not destroying my picture and saving me a slice of pizza and paying me. I understand. It's all in the game.
You're welcome. We'll see you later.
Thank you very much. As you guys take to like the outside of his apartment again.
I think just on the way out, Osiria might leave a little bit extra just for how much we've inconvenienced this guy. Like,
Oh, he'll be so excited when he wakes up from his nap. So, how are we trying to track these guys down? Like, we know the direction, but like, when we also know that there's going to be a path. Because
yeah, they were in their wagon with the weird thunk, thunk, thunk.
which
We didn't have to
presumably
track them.
That is true.
this is like a desert area too, right? So like probably still be some like visible tracks of where they went.
yeah, absolutely. Especially because, like, when I say it's like the moon and like there's no air, I mean like if you write something in the sand, it doesn't go away until somebody comes and like actually does something to brush it off because there's no erosion going on. All right, Zacna, how are we tracking these? Like, obviously,
Let's
Osiria
see.
points out the track. Before we leave, I want to show you the pizza place.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
We sell all of our ingredients fresh as well. You can buy it all. It's like, oh my god, I really want that scooter.
I am actually out of ideas on what to do.
Oh, we can just follow Osiria's
We have
idea.
an,
Go and just roll me a 20. Oh, go ahead. What you got, Krieg?
Oh, I was just wondering if he had an ability. I don't know. I don't remember if spies all that much.
The
I
only
mean,
yeah, it's more
tracking
like
ability I
rangers
have
get a
is
Yeah, do you
the
have track?
spyglasses.
Nope, I don't have any tracking abilities.
You can use his spyglass again, see if he can't follow the tracks.
Yeah, for sure. Zacna, if we're studying just the ground stuff, like, you can see how often these tracks have been moving too. Go ahead and roll me a 20-sider for that. All right, an 8. So I can tell you, okay, there are 2 wagons. Like, you can figure out like the weight really accurately of one of them. There's one that was clearly holding their merchandise and one that was holding them. Do you want to have like some kind of do you want to be able to size them up from a distance, or do you want to know what they've stolen, what they've got in here?
size them up.
All right. Yeah, Mal was lying to you. These guys they must be huge by the weight that that was cut in the ground by them. You know what I mean? Like the wagon that is riding them, you can see some blood on the ground still because Carl can't stop picking at it. But they must be enormous and pretty dangerous. Like there's a spot where the wagon gets stuck in a rock, and it's very clear that you see one set of footprints clearly lifts the weight of all of their treasure. It just at once and then sets it back down. He lifts so hard it cracks the ground underneath his feet where he was standing.
Oh, jeez.
Mal was holding a grudge about you guys stealing his gun.
We give it back.
Some
Well,
of it.
not the coolest part. The coolest part was the fucking psychic scope. Is that the horoscope? My bad.
Normally I'd play a drum sound effect, but I don't feel like it.
The horoscope is just my new favorite item. All right, I'll write that one up for you, Kat. Don't you worry. It can be attached to any weapon as long as it's a gun. All right, so you have things that Zacna will know from that 8 is Carl is still wounded and bleeding, so that is a weak spot, but also he must be huge. But because I know we're gonna run out of time if I don't move it along, it's like us on our scooters again. Du-du-du.
Beep beep.
Vroom vroom. I just production
Nice.
value. But you guys are don't worry about them seeing you right now. You are sneaking up on them. You guys can park the motorcycles away. I honestly think Osiria's, because it runs on magic, is the one that's the quietest. It's basically like an electric scooter.
That was my
Amazing.
That was the general
Beautiful.
idea.
So can we tell
So-
what type these are? Like if they're commoners or mini bosses or something like that?
Carl is going to be a full boss. He's big. He's a big boy. I think. Wait, I named these. So, Carl was his name that he put in as his trying to hide who he is. He is actually known as Brush. And this is Cease. And this is Suppressing. I set a naming convention forever ago with crab people. I just need to keep myself honest.
Okay.
A long time ago, we have met Passa and we have met Cover, by the way. All right. Zacna, you can see this guy right here. He has a big on the back of his jean vest. You see their pirate logo, the nunchucks crab cracker. His right claw has a massive wound in it that is stitched up, but very hastily, and he has clearly been picking at it. And so it's still bleeding and seeping a little bit onto some of the goods as they are stacking them up near this right here. And is a little house, not house, warehouse situation. But Osiria, you feel like you can smell Can you roll me a 20-sider so I know exactly, like, because you're gonna get something just for nature of you, but
Nature.
Yeah.
17. So I've talked myself hoarse. You smell not fresh water. It smells like alkali. Like the time you guys have been like in alkali. Like when you can hear water rushing and it sounds like it's below you.
All right.
And like they're just like stacking up. Cease is just like, all right. They say they're gonna be here soon. Grab the stuff, and then it's it, guys. We're gonna be part of the Broken Crown. And it's just like the Pincermen we had our run, but we need to be part of a bigger thing than ourselves. Gonna forge that crown together, fix it up, make it good. It's like overthrow the pirate queens. And it's just like, it seems a little dangerous. Says suppressing, but what can we do? It's either that or get our own claws cracked. And like he like chuckles at Chuck is like Carl, like Brush. He chuckles at Brush, and Brush is like, "Hey, workplace accidents are no joke. No need to make fun of me. Only the lowest of the low would mock somebody for an injury. Losing a limb and you make fun? Disgusting."
Can we hear this ongoing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
1000%.
feel like-
You guys are like,
As soon as that's said, Osiria's just side-eyeing Krieg again.
I've got that shit-eating grin. I know what I did. That's funny right there. All right, Zacna. You're the combat type here. You're the muscle. What do we do?
I have an
All
idea.
right.
Ooh.
What's your idea?
The people in town were trying to blame these guys' accomplishments on the Hammer and his crew. How do you think they would feel about that?
Probably angry.
Probably. Is there a way, do you think there might be a way to use that to our advantage?
Potentially.
Let's go tell them.
yeah.
If nothing else, it seems a better solution than a head-on confrontation.
Okay.
Zach, are you still wearing a jersey? Yeah, of course. You haven't had a chance to change.
Yeah, I haven't had
This
a
would be
chance to
hilarious.
change.
If you four had a criminal name, like if you were like making up a criminal name to pretend to be criminals, what would it be? Like, we know they're the Pincermen trying to join the Broken Crown. Not part of the Red Ant Brigade. That's a different group.
I'm not sure on that one.
Zacna's fan club's pretty good. Zacna and the boys. ZZ Top. ZZ Bottom.
The middle?
Sharp dressed men. Sharpest dressed men. Sharpest dressed group.
You do look snazzy.
Zack Attack.
The Top Gun. Bunch of pilots
The
out
Black
of a
Power
job.
Ranger.
Z-Boys.
Zoids. Z-Boys. Brass Ball Z.
Brass Dragon Z.
Brass Dragon Z.
I like that one.
That
Dragon
works.
Bro Z. I don't know who I am in this conversation, but like this conversation's happening outside.
They call me Zoidberg. Zoid for short. Out of the Brass Dragon Z group.
That was a tangent that wasn't necessary, but
It was fun though.
to me it was.
Like, does that
All right,
mean
Zacna.
Zacna, the leader of our
sorry.
criminal group?
I guess.
All right, well, how does Zacna inform them that Miss Waveheart is trying to frame them?
I don't know. Maybe delegate the task to somebody who's a better talker than he is.
Yeah, the leader wouldn't do the dirty work. He'd just stand on the back, look imposing.
Okay, all right. Sell me on the imposing stance. And then who's going to talk?
Oh, I don't want to, but
I mean,
let's see.
I figured it would be hands in front of, kind of crossed in front of the chest, wings out to the side, so I can see how big and imposing he is.
Krieg and Zacna, can you guys both roll me 20-siders? I think this is literally kind of like the episode of Making a Commercial, and Krieg is just using Zacna as a prop. Like, before we got here, you're going to stand like this because it's going to be intimidating. 17, though. That's a lot of 17s. And a 1.
Nice.
How can my failure make him look better since he got
That-
success?
Like, how does, like, he's going to be fine. They're on to Zacna. I'm not on to Zacna. They're on to Krieg. Like, one of them, what do one of these pirates recognize Krieg from?
Market Square.
Illicit dealings? I don't know.
I literally just had... I've eaten at that fucker's restaurant before.
And it was fucking good.
Was good. Wait a minute. That makes you Krieg of the Silver Thimble.
No. Krieg of Krieg at Market Square. We're LLC.
Krieg of
different
Krieg at
company
Market
entirely.
Square. Also, it's just like pulls out a newspaper. Also, and like, and I quote, this is News Channel 6's newspaper. We don't get the TV out here. We just, well, you know. Anyway, the so-called Detective High Lord Mayor of the Silver Thimble has been reported to spend an exorbitant amount of money on a documentarian and a pirate and a detective. That's weird. As
First off,
he could have
I
just
don't
hired
spend
local.
exorbitant amount of monies on anything, so that's just straight up lie right there.
Good. It's like you can't argue. It's the paper. I'm not making these claims. It's the paper making these claims. I'm gonna finish my paper if you don't mind. It does beat you down a little bit, and so you might mind it. But even if you do, don't interrupt. And
Oh no,
Brush
please,
just claps his
continue.
claws together, like snapping them super, super loud. And like he catches a rock with one of these, and the rock splits in half and turns into powder. And it's just
Careful
like
of that
it
wound right
says
there.
here. Says here that you claimed a bunch of money out of the coffers of your own establishment and used it to hire a crew to hunt down a murderer that you have no leads on. That's what it says here. That's what it says here. And you hired outside of the union. You could have came to Holt and got any of us union workers, any of those union workers, but what you did is went all the way up into Sonnery and hired from evil?
He
That
did
doesn't
say
sound
he was
very,
the
like...
greatest detective of all time. So, I mean, why not go for the best if you're gonna get something?
You don't have to defend yourself to me. Again, I'm just reading the paper.
I'm
You
just
should
answering
send,
your
it sounds
questions.
like you should send a strong... Weirdly enough, it's actually the paper that asks the questions. It's not very well
Aren't
written.
you the one talking, not the papers?
I'm the one I'm just reading.
But no, you're using your mouth to talk at the moment.
I read out.
Just
I
hand me
have
the
a
paper.
learning
I'll read it.
disability.
It's okay.
Here.
Hand me the paper.
Here's the
Thanks.
paper, you bunch of thieves. They are all very distracted right now. What is everybody else doing?
I'm being annoying as hell. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, I think we've checked that one off. Like, box ticked. But, Zacna, you are, like, being intimidating as fuck. Like, Brush is, like, crosses his claws in front of you. And, like, so, Brush is held by Zacna. Suppressing is held by Krieg. Distraction and, like, kind of almost like a flex off between Brush and Zacna. The only one left is Cease, who is still loading up things. Like, they're gonna be here soon, guys. Hurry! Look right here. It says right here on the page, "You're a dirty crook."
Allegedly, these were never found. Plus, I didn't actually end up using this money for them. It went to reallocation for a different source. We ended up giving those guys sanctuary because they had fucked up. So I'm the good guy here by helping those people out. They would have died. Stupid black wolf thing.
Alright, Osiria
Are
and
you
Cat,
sure
what's
you
the
can
play here?
read?
I can read! I just read out loud!
No, you talk really loud. This reading is reading the paper. You can read inside your head. It doesn't have to be out loud. Plus, you
Brush
misspelled
looks
that word over there.
I'm dyslexic.
That sounds like a personal problem.
It is a personal problem. I'm trying to
You should
work
probably
on
get
it.
that fixed. If you want, I know a doctor.
Like, Brush looks at Zacna and he's just like, "This is your boss? Like, this guy?"
No, he's the boss. I'm just the guy who bankrolls.
Yeah,
You should fire
I'm-
this dude.
there are times where I've thought about it, but he's definitely got a mind for money.
Don't I know it? Cease back there does all of our numbers. Ugh. Hate the dude, honestly. I can hear you.
He sounds like a dick.
You know, he is kind of a dick. But he's got us an in with the Broken Crown. You guys know the Broken Crown.
Who doesn't? Oh, Syria over there.
Yeah,
Heard some stuff.
yeah. Osiria and Cat, what are you guys up to during this argument slash being angry at your little guy boss?
All right, I think my idea was to try and talk to whoever their boss was and tell them that their accomplishments are being taken, and they might want to look into that, or I can find out who is going to be there soon. Because he said, "Hurry, we have to hurry."
Oh yeah, definitely. If you go over to talk to him and like ask him about like his accomplishments and stuff, he's gonna be like, "Yeah, we're joining. Like, don't know why you guys are here, but if you're looking for like any of this stuff, this is ours. This is our ticket into the Broken Crown. We're gonna get protection. As like he loaded up, and as he's like pushing stuff in, you see that there is an underground river here, like underneath this building. And he's just like, one of the Broken Crowns groups, a bunch of cats. They're gonna come grab all this stuff, take it off. It's just like then, boom, Broken Crown. It's just like, they're a dangerous group, but we're dangerous too.
Excuse me.
I can see a bunch of ways for this to go. If you want to do more spy stuff, I think, and I don't want to like just tell you guys answers. I never like to do that. But like, I think Kat would know that if you know that you're about to meet one of Broken Crown's biggest groups, or like planting a tracker on some of this stuff would probably be very, very handy for what Akana's doing right now in the RP.
It sure would. So I'm going to point at some of the stuff they've got there. Use that idea. Is this the jewelry that I see here from Haven?
Sure is. It's the Haven specialty. It's all made out of special seashells. And it's just like, I personally think it's a little weird to use, corpses and old homes as like jewelry, but hey, the tourists love it. And they ain't never seen anything like this over on Folksong. They've only seen the Atlantean stuff. We're going to be able to fetch prime prices for this.
I'm going to reach my hand into the whatever they've got it in. Pick up a couple things, look at it. This is pretty nice. And
you've got an eye for jewelry there. It's just like, we don't have to sell it all. If you're looking for a piece, go ahead, pick one out, and I'll make you a deal.
Not right now.
That gives you plenty of cover to like rummage through. Is what I'm trying to set up.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna keep looking.
You like.
Oh, I do like this. I've got my necklace already. I do like my necklace. I could add a charm next to this feather I have.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, I did pick up some charms, and like he hands you one that just looks like the most stereotypical like pink seashell, but it resonates really well, and like not amplify your voice. It basically, you can use it to nullify all noise that you will make. It basically bubbles you and does not allow you to make sound for an hour.
Shit.
Like,
does that include speech?
It does include speech, but anything you're holding, and it like anything that you can say that you are using, you can't like touch a building and make that building silent. But like, if you fire a gun, it makes no noise if you are silent.
Perfect silencer.
This is amazing. I'm gonna grab hold of that and sneak. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and sneak a listening device. They look like gems, so I'm gonna drop a gem along with the stuff that I set back down into the box. And I'm gonna hold out the pink shell. I was like, this is perfect. It's beautiful. I love the color.
It's like, oh, and it matches your habit. No, it doesn't, but he just says it. You look like one of them alchemists. Osiria, what have you been doing during this?
Honestly, I think probably just like just keeping tabs on everything for now, like mostly because honestly, she doesn't trust Krieg to not start a fight. So if that happens, she wants to be like at the ready to stop it before it gets out of hand.
Oh, I've got an idea. I'm just
For
waiting.
sure. You guys hear what sounds like a ship docking, and like Cease's just like, they're here, everybody, game face on. Dragon Bro Z, like, you guys, can you just back us up? We can get you in here too. Be cool, be menacing.
Hold
Can you
on,
all be menacing?
Let me take out my menacing glasses. And I put
Okay,
that spotlight pendant on.
I can still fucking read. I can read, assholes.
I know, you just said you had dyslexia, so we're gonna get that fixed.
I have dyslexia. That's Brush.
Nobody panic. He's here. Shh.
Outside the door, like coming through the door, it's like you see a guy, and it's just like Cease's just like, mostly black Bart. And a cat. And the cat does look very much like any of the cats that you guys have met in Hammerpaw. Very like watercolory, very scraggly might be a good word. He's wearing stuff made out of like old scrap metal and old like uniform stuff that you find in the scrapyard. And he's just like, Pencil Men? Who are these?
Zacna, that's you. You're the boss.
The strong, silent type, I see. I respect it. Got a big dragon wearing a jersey as your leader. I understand. No need to press it. And it's like, these are... Of course you've heard of Dragon Bros... Brass Dragon Bros Z? Was that Dragon Brass Z? You've heard of them, right? It's like... He shudders his eyes a little bit, just like... Oh, those are some fantastic machines. It's like... You forges the hull will take one of these. Or all of them. As well. Add them to the ship. Come on. Quickly now.
Now, do I allow that or not?
You did say you were gonna give... Well, you didn't say that. We can give them, or we can keep them, and then try and offer something else.
Look, Cease, begin loading your stuff. And it's just like, but I want these machines loaded up last.
Perhaps.
I think that white one might become mine.
Uh-oh. That's my most expensive model right now.
I've heard about things like those. Like, they got those up in Lockstitch. I didn't know that they had moved them to Haven. Good job stealing them right out from under those fools.
We get some money for it.
Oh yeah, no problem. I hear they're prototypes. The show models. They might not even be functional. Honestly, we're not sure. They were on pallets when we got them.
All right. I feel it happening here. I see it happening here. I've been in a negotiation or two with time. What do you guys need? Like, what extra? And I'm not saying you didn't earn your extra. You stole prototype machines. Let me get Thatch up here. Thatch, can you get yourself up here? And, like, you just hear, like, and, like, a cat comes up and just like, meow, meow, meow. It just nods along. It's like, meow. It's like, you think it's a good deal? How much extra? Meow. Mm-hmm. 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 Meow. Yeah. All right. All right. Thatch says we can give you 3 gold bars apiece.
3 apiece.
Just acting like that's too little amount of money. He's like, and like all of Pincertons are just like,
It was to me.
we only got 1 bar for all the stuff we stole. We stole all that jewelry.
Three gold bars apiece.
It's just like, and he's like, of course. Like, and he pulls out a patch. And just like, these patches were gonna be for our friends, fucking, what were you guys called again? The Krabby Patties? No, don't forget about it. Forget them. We want you. We want you 4 in the Broken Crown. Dragon Boy Z. Brass Dragon Z. Whatever it is your name is.
You know what?
We think you're in.
If you'll be kind enough to let our friends here join, I might do 2.5. It won't cost you as much, but we gotta have our friends in. We can't be without them.
For a package deal.
Bit of a charity case, huh? All right. We'll go over what they brought us. Like, they look at the jewelry. They look at the food. Kat, can you roll me a 20-sider as Mostly Black Bart is going through the jewelry box? This is for you having set the tracker or the listening device.
Oh no.
14 does it though. 14 does it. And he's just like goes through. And he's just like, he picks up a jewelry. He's like, oh, I haven't seen these. Oh. Where did you guys get a gem that... This doesn't look Haven make. Oh, it's pretty though. You know what? You guys did good. They did good. And he like puts it in his own front pocket. So now you have a line on these guys. And I just like, yeah, all right, Pincertons. Looks like you're into like big like handshakes and pats all around. And then like there is most certainly a moment that Thatch looks like he's about ready to like attack one of the crabs. He's like, no, we don't jump them in anymore. We had to stop doing that. Head injuries. He's like, definitely sad. And then yeah, like all right guys, all right, keep the flag on you. Mark the underside of your boats with insignia. That's how we know not to hit that boat. It's just like, we're gonna change. We change the insignia every couple of months. 2 months time, you come back here. We give you the new insignia.
Zacna nods.
It's just
approval.
remember, 10%, 25% of your hauls go to the crown. Well, are we clear? Delivery times.
Wow.
So you're in the big leagues now, folks. Welcome to the game. And you hear the sub like shut and start like closing stuff up. It's just like as they have the motorcycles and as they're like pulling away, Kat, you hear through your listening device, they're just like, holy shit, look at these, they're so cool. I can't believe it. I've always wanted one. It's just like, oh my god.
No, my show models.
It's like, are we really giving it to the boss? It's like, no, we're not giving those to the boss. I just bought these. It's like, hold on, do you think we can start them down here? And then you hear the little scooter one just turn on like, vroom, vroom. Yeah.
Nice.
And
Well-
these guys just like, yeah, yeah, broken crown, like chest bumping everybody, and like Brush is like going up to Zacna, giving Zacna like a big bear hug of a squeeze.
I'm gonna chest bump Cease.
Nah, Cease is all about us.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was nice working with you guys.
Consummate professionals. Look at you guys, you got us in. Locked it down. I knew that jewelry wasn't going to be worth much. Just like, whew. Got past, though.
I've got it's not a real business card. It's more like a bronze plate with the letter Z on it. I'm gonna use my whispering card holder. What this does is it's an elegant and vintage looking business card holder enchanted with potent magic that allows the user to pass secret messages to specific recipients. Whenever a business card is inserted into the holder, it becomes imbued with a unique magical signature that can be used to locate it later. I'm just going to use that so that we can find them later.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's pretty much just like a brass square with a Z on it. So it's like, here, if you run into something, let me know, and we'll come find you. You know,
We'll do
bros
if
and
we get any
crabs.
juicy jobs. Absolutely, absolutely. Dragons and crabs. We're cousins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, this is the best day." She's like, we're gonna go back to Haven for some drinks. You guys want to come?" It's like, you got to leave your weapons though. You got you're from Haven.
Yeah,
Let's get some drinks.
Yeah, we know. Let's
Drinks,
go.
drinks.
Drinks,
I'll bet
shots,
you Zacna
shots,
over there
shots.
can drink you under the table.
Oh, I have my doubts. I can't even fit under a table.
Let's go. I bet you Zacna can win.
She's like, what's with the scary, like, plant woman that keeps staring at me with wolf eyes, though?
Well, you see, if people are intimidated by the scary plant lady, then they'll be off their game and we can steal things easier.
Oh, that's a solid plan.
Do not worry, though. I mean none of you any harm. I assure you.
Plus,
Brush
you've
is
got
just
the good
like-
plants. A wink.
Oh, shit. The good plants? Oh, tonight's gonna be a night!
Well,
As... Go ahead.
I am
Right.
sorry to disappoint, but I do not have what he is promising.
Yeah, we used them all before we got here, so we're all out. Sorry.
Oh, less of a night. Hold
No
on.
drinks.
I got their wagon. It's like, everybody's got to get in their wagon. Oh, it's like other way. There we go. Hold on. Production value. Now I'm currently looking for like where I put that giant sea louse again.
You gotta get that ball fixed, man. People might be able to track you through that thing.
No, who would track us through this? This is like, nah, it's just it's a negligible mark.
Alright, if you think so, that's fine.
And besides, it's kind of like our signature. It's like, yeah, we're the bent wheel bandits, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
Like, should we change our name to the Bent Wheel Bandits? It's like, but we just joined the Broken Crown.
You gotta upgrade, right? You leave your old life behind.
Ah, I've already left one life behind. And like, yeah, I think it's as you're the four of you are on a wagon, the fucking like screen like fades to black on your way back to Haven, where you have to pretend that you're a pirate group while hanging out with the pirate group so that you don't alert the other pirate group that you are with the Silver Thimble, which is technically a pirate group.
Pirateception.
I'm trying to like it. We've lied to a lot of people tonight. Also, your pirate group, and I cannot make this any more clear. Your pirate group is Krieg, himself a little bit sketchier. Osiria with a 3D printed arm, but wearing Zacna's jersey. Zacna also wearing Zacna's jersey, and Cat wearing a tight habit and a charm necklace.
Well, if it works, it works.
I'm not arguing against it.
Just take off the Zacna part and just call it Zac. It'll be fine.
Probably. All right. Real quick recap for today's game, because I know Zacna's going to have to flee here in a moment. Fleeing during a recap is perfectly fine. So we were setting up our businesses in. Oh, it's fine. Sorry, my bad. Oh, there you go. I didn't even know that one. I was just trying to skate under the line just in case you like had to dip out. But okay, excellent. So we were in Haven trying to set up some new shops. Zacna had been patrolling the area. Zacna had become aware of low-life qualities in the town. Although one of the low-lives did recently leave. The bad news about that one is we moved him into the Silver Thimble to sell drugs. So I'm not sure how we feel about that so much.
As he pays taxes and doesn't kill anyone.
I guess. It's fine as long as he pays taxes. You guys' shipment showed up. Krieg has a shop that is also called Krieg's at Market Square, but not a restaurant.
Krieg's,
it sells tchotchkes.
Baubles at Square.
Krieg's Bits and Baubles at Market Square.
There you go.
He sells little things that we gather around the world, and he's going to get known for that too, because Krieg is a successful businessman. We know that Miss Waveheart tried to set you up to get into a fight with the leader of the Broken Crown, but you guys instead joined the Broken Crown under aliases after having a long scene with Malpractice, the cat doctor that we invented in that one game, as you both robbed him and courteously paid him to heal Osiria.
Correction, Osiria tipped him. I didn't.
You paid him, then Osiria made it generous.
There you go. And
now he's going to be able to eat for a while, which he just eats pizza, turns out. We were introduced to Sallymander Fourth. He runs a pizza place, also really good at getting illicit goods and looking the other way. Or not seeing things, particularly. Then, at the end, you guys made, you found the people that robbed those stores legitimately. They were trying to join the Broken Crown. And they weren't going to be successful at it. It was gonna fail for them. But Kat managed to convince them through selling her motorcycles to them that, yeah, we're the best. Kind of like, we're gonna join you, but we need them. So you guys added 2 new groups to the Broken Crown, and I am gonna need you 4 to come up with a Jolly Roger idea for me. Like, it doesn't have to be right now. Like
Are we
in like
the
an RP situation.
Are
In
we
like
the
an RP situation.
Dragon Boy Z or the Brass Dragons? Do we need to get that down?
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to come up with like what your official name and what your Jolly Roger looks like. And yeah, and now you met with the submarine pirates from Hammerpaw. They are not associated with Hammerpaw anymore. Like, that's just their origin. Like, I'm not saying that Hammerpaw supports this or endorses what they're doing. They just are them. And they're sinking ships left and right, people. But yeah.
Not our
Now
ships anymore.
we accidentally, on purpose, made you guys your own little group. Welcome to the halls of our honored groups, such as Tomb Squad and fucking For the Queen. Now that's just... You guys have to just... I can't slot other people into this story. Like, when we need people to fake being pirates, it has to be you four.
Brass Dragon
Oh,
Boy Z.
boy.
That actually works for me.
Brass Dragon Z. There you go.
Just amazing. Thank you all so much for playing this ridiculous game. Alright.
It
So
was
tomorrow,
a blast.
Yes.
I agree. So tomorrow we are playing Heart the City Beneath as we do Patagon's like tarot card Nyx card game. But also, I don't know if you guys heard this, Osiria got the other one today, the fortune teller card. So we know at least one people from that. So it's gonna follow that situation. And I'm very much looking forward to that. So that'll be tomorrow at normal time. Sunday we got a game at normal time, but as many people as possible that can turn up to Sunday's game, because it's going to be almost speakeasy-esque, because we are fixing that underwater orb. Like, we're going to get onto that as soon as we can. Like, that is the mission. We have one officer from each branch, and they will be able to pull in people from their department to into the call to help out fixing that. And then on Monday, because we just set them, but we've got a game for the Queen, as For the Queen reaches Lydian, and like, a place where the ground is basically DDR, that we're going to have the dance troupe show up there.
Sounds amazing.
So I'm very excited. I'd like to thank all four of you guys for just doing amazing today. And that, I expected us to at least fight someone, but just no. Cool.
All right.
Almost.
We're gonna heck off.
Oh, let me explain that card. I totally forgot about.
Oh, yeah,
I
go
didn't
for
even mention that card at the beginning. You guys, some of you have seen the There is a new card. It is What's
The Eyebrain
Queen's
card.
Gambit.
It is the Queen's Gambit casting call. The way that card is going to work is we never want to have months where we can't include the player but the character I bring, because we always want to see more of both Ez and I bring. So we get those cards. Whoever gets those cards, you can nominate somebody else if you don't want to do it, but you get to take control and then character ownership of one of her crew. And like, Nika's gonna like draw them into like as characters, and then you get them when Ibring does her RP in the chat, you get to answer as that character. You get to play that character, and with like the character will have their own character sheets, and it's a full game, just as the bad guys.
It should be a lot of fun.
And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I have a list of who the characters are and
Yeah,
their
you'll be picking
personalities
from,
because
existing crew. So like
Yeah, existing
not
crew.
teal and clear, and the other ones I can never remember.
Teal, clear, parish. Fuck.
There's a list.
Alexis.
The way that I think we're gonna do it is that like first come first serve. So the first person to get the card, like can call dibs on whichever crew member they want. I think that's how we're gonna do it.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, that's out there. So there are 3 of those. Enjoy, etc., etc. And I think now we're gonna heck off. So we will see y'all tomorrow for Patagon, Akana, Cass, and Clem's heart game, which I am very much looking forward to.
Foray into the grimdark.
Super looking forward to that. So yeah, bye forever.
Goodbye forever.
Bye.
Sorry, I diddled
Bye.
your twig.
Go ahead.
Oop, not that one. This one. There we go.
In the celestial sea where stars align, Lockstitch will go where wonder lies. Work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Renick the brain with numbers and might, 4 arms, 4 eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse.